Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aham Padarthaya Shivaya Paramatme Namaha. Yamaya Madhukaidapapramadini Yamashonmolini Yadum Rekshana Chandamandabadini Yarakha Bijashini Yasa Sumban Shimpa Darpadalini Yasipta Lakshmi Para Sachanti Nabakodi Murtasikida Mampapi Vishweshwari. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parampara. Om Sahanavavadu Sahanavunaktu Sakaviryam Karavavage Tejasvina Vidamastu Mavit Vishavage. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Om Aingara Hrinkara Rahasya Yukta Shrinkara Gudartha Mahavibhutya Omkara Marma Pradibadinibhya Namo Namah Shri Guru Patukapyam Bindu Trikona Vashikona Dasara Yugma Manvashranakatala Samgita Shodasharam Ruddhatrayam Cha Dharani Sudatrayam Cha Śri Chakrametathe Udidam Paradevatayaha Bhumau Skalita Padana Bhumireva Valampanam Tvaijata Aparadana Tvameva Sharanam Shive. Om Shri Mamre Namaha. Hari Om. Namaskaram. We are saying the Soundaryalahari and we have completed verse 6. Parambika, Parashakti, is adored in this Grantha by Bhagavad-Pada as the Brahma Shakti. That means even though the worship is going towards Ambal in the form of Sri Lalita, she is none other than the Parabrahma. Shiva Shakti, there is no abhedam. There is no bhedam. Complete abhedam. So, in the first 6 verses, Bhagavan has slowly revealing Ambal's form to us. See, Parabrahman is beyond the description of anything, beyond the form, beyond the name. Kala Didam, Desha Didam, Guna Didam. It transcends everything. But how can you and I hold on to that truth with our limited mind, limited consciousness, limited understanding? Therefore, we need an alambana. Alambana means a lingam, a sign, a form. So, the upasana is called sakuna upasana, sadguna upasana. A beautiful form that is enchanting to you. That's the reason why we have so many forms of gods. Even though there is only God, only one God, but we see in many forms that plurality is not duplicity, but it is reassurance. Choose any form that enchants your heart. What is the point of Vedas dogmatically prescribing you a form, and that form may not be something you like? After all, our human mind get bored, want to change. Nothing wrong with that. That's the reason why that freedom. See, if you look at that as a freedom, the criticism that people put on our Sanatana Dharma, that we have too many gods and become very defensive, Don't need to be. It is a freedom, the liberty that any form could be God. If any form could be God, everything is God. If everything is God, Ishavashyam Itagum Sarvam. So you come to that whole Upanishad conclusion. So everything nothing is foolish in our Sanatana Dharma. It appears to be irrational until you ask the question. Okay. So yes, Ambal is such a wonderful form, but I need to have something to hold on to it. So what Bhagavan did, Bhagavan started with the Shiva Shakti Aikyam. Then he started giving the Pada Thuli's Mahima, divine feats Mahima, and then how it blesses you all. By that, we become very, very attached to this one. Then he brought out the Prayojan. In verse 6 and verse 5 and 6, he brought out the Prayojanam of worshipping Ambal. That Ambal is going to grant you the Vashikara Shakti. The Vashikara Shakti is the power to attract others. Not in a bad way. It's not enticing for in a kamya way, but it is to have akarshanam, ishitvam, supremacy. We saw that in detail in the last class. So verse 5 and verse 6 together called Ananga Vidya, Manmada Vidya. So how it went like this. Tanuku Paushpam Morvi, Madhukaramayi Panjavishikaha, Vasantat Samando, Malaya Marutayo Tanarataha, Tatapyegat Sarvam, Himagirisute Kamabi Krupam, Abanga Te Laptva, Jagadidam Ananko Vijayate. So this Manmatan, like Mahavishnu, Manmatan, by the grace of you, O my mother, even though he has no body, physical body, because the body was burnt by Lord Parameshwara, still he has got the power to influence. The power to influence is what we need. These days, influence has become a career now. People go to social media, become an influencer. To influence everybody else is a very powerful role. But influence comes from the Kamya Shakti. Kamam is not only you have desire on something else. If somebody desires on you, look up to you, gravitate towards you, you get Ishitvam. So this Anangan is giving all that to your devotees, Amma, just by using very feeble weapons, a flower arrow, the morvi, all these bees are the strings of the arrows. The 5 flowers are just arrows on the bow. Like that we saw. Now, so he has now given in the form of description of Ambal. He said Ambal appears as someone who does not have abhayahastam, varahastam, but has on the hand sugarcane, ankusham, pāśaṁ, and flower arrows. Ambal has got Himagiri Sute, Kamapi Krupam. Kamapi means inexplicable kripa coming from a tip of the eyes, the glance. Who is she? She is the Himagiri Sute, the daughter of the mountains of the snow, which means she's full of cool temperament. Hitam. So her glance gives you hitam, it heals you. So we saw that. So we are trying to formulate while we are reading each verse, understanding the vachyartham, tattvartham, upasana marga, prayojanam. We are also forming the Ambal's image. What do you mean forming it? Because the true upasana is not that you have a statue in front of you and you worship it. That's a starting point. That statue or the pratima or the figure or the deity is to initiate the process, and you look at that. Normally that it is a beautiful image. That beauty goes into you because you remember only three things your mind is attracted to or looking for. First is beauty. Anything beautiful, you want to look at it and you want to have it because you think beauty will give you happiness. Second one is sukham. Anything that you think will give you sukham, you want it. And anything that gives you abhayam. So you can think of any desires you have, they fall into this one of these three categories. So you take the beautiful picture, Ambal, you look at it and she's going to give you abhayam, sukham. But then when you close the eyes and feel about it, that pratima, that figure goes into you, in your heart. But if you start the other way, you can start with the bhavana that this is Ambal looks like. If you have a bhavana, see, if you think of something very good about something, and when you meet somebody, you see good in him. Don't you see? If your mind is full of happiness, you radiate happiness. When your mind is full of love, you radiate love. So when the mind is full of Ambal's figure in a particular way, even a dirty picture will look beautiful because after all, you are projecting that. Right? So the bhavana is very important. So Bhagavan is giving you the description of Ambal, the mother. So you're going to describe Ambal's beauty. So don't look at it as a beauty of a young girl, but it's beauty of the mother, young mother. So it has a divine description you're going to see when you get the bhavana. Okay. So let us see what is this is going to say. So in the seventh mantra, seventh slokam, is called dhyana slokam for upasakas. Because here he is going to go and describe Ambal's physical beauty. He is building up your bhavana shakti a little bit more because from 8th onwards, you are entering into the crux of this Soundaryalahari. We are going to the Śri Chakram. We are going to the Ambal's place. So therefore, this becomes a dhyana slokam for those. Let us see the sotram and the vachyartham first. kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā parikṣīṇā madhyē pariṇata-śarac-candra-vadanā dhanur-bāṇān-pāśaṁ णिmapi dadhānā karatalaiḥ purastādāstāṁ puramathiturāhōpuruṣikā kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā parikṣīṇā madhyē pariṇata-śarac-candra-vadanā dhanur-bāṇān-pāśaṁ णिम-api dadhānā karatalaiḥ purastāa-āstāṁ naha puramathiturāhōpuruṣikā. It's a very, very interesting, very beautiful Stotram. You have to listen to it very carefully to understand it. So, let's start with the last line. What is he saying? Purastāa-āstāṁ. Purastāa. Pura means outside. Stāla means in the station, in front of me. What do you want to do? Āstāṁ. Asta means, asti means existence. Asta means be existing, be there. Naha. Naha means in front of us, for us. Very important to say naha. See, naha is a visargam. In Sanskritam, when you finish with the two dots, you say naha. Harihi. It takes the swara from the previous word. Na, therefore, a. Naha. The visargam will be absent in some sandhi rules, just without going to the too detail. If the word that follows naha is pakaram, starting with pa vargam, like puram here, then the visargam has to be pronounced. You can't say na puramati. No. Na means not. Naha means forest. You know, in many mantras like Gayatri mantra, there is a naha prachodayat. The prachodayat content naha in front of it. If you cannot say na prachodayat, meaning will be completely negative, wrong. So be very careful. So naha, it means forest, in front of us. Oh, mother, be present. So therefore, he is invoking the Ambal to come. That's the reason why this is taken as a dhyana sloka. Always remember, we talked in the last class, because we are approaching this Soundaryalahari in the Advaita Bhava. Advaita Bhava. That means in the Vedanta Saram. Advaitam, there is no Vedam. It is not just only God. One God is only God. So if that is the case, how can you worship a God, something outside of you? I just wanted to remind from the last class, we learned that even though I am doing the aradhana, puja, when I do by a niyamam, there is a stage where before I start the puja, I do prana pratishta mantra. Without prana pratishta mantra, no puja is right to begin. Before the sankalpam, you do the prana pratishta mantra, or after the sankalpam, you do prana pratishta mantra. This prana pratishta means I am bringing my life energy, my prana shakti into this pratima, and I worship it. So we are not violating anywhere. Advaitam is satyam, whether you like it or not, it is what is driving whatever we do. So there's no worry about that. So now for our transactional world, there is a God, there is me, therefore I need to pray to God. I pray to the God in a form. That form, Bhagavan says here, come in front of me. How? Puruṣikā. You come like a Puruṣikā. Puruṣikā means the escort of the Purusha, the Ishvara, the divine companion of Ishvara. Who is the kind of Ishvara? Puramathir. Puramathir means one who conquered the Purams, three Purams. And you come as Aho. Aho means, aha, wonderful. Wonders, awe-inspiring escort of Parameshwara. Means you come in front of me as Bhuvaneshwari, Tripurantaki. So the Parashakti is invoked. So this is the Dhyana mantra. So you understand the last line. You'll see the Tattvartham later. Then where is she? Which Ambal it is? Is it Visalakshi? Is it Meenakshi? Is it Agilandeshwari? Is it Saraswati? Is Sharada? Is Parvati? So each one have got different views. Here Bhagavan, see, always, great poetry, great textures, they always give you certain room to maneuver in the meaning. So even the Vedas, there is an interpretation needed. Brahma Sutram came from Veda Vyasa because it allows you to contemplate. Because Vedas are not dogmatic. All our scriptures are not dogmatic. Dogmatic means what? This is it. This is black. This is white. No. There is always some knot will be there. And the knot is something not explained to you, but it needs to be realized. And therefore, that knot, you can play with this to create so many interpretations. That's why we have so many religions, sects, so many ways of inferencing, each giving a different view. But along all the views, the Advaitam is laughing, the truth is laughing, because that is undercurrent of it. So here he is giving a knot. What is a knot? First line. kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā. Oh, Mata, you come in front of me. How are you coming? kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā. Kanchi means, what comes to your mind? Kanchi means Kanchipuram, you say. Correct. So immediately you think, oh, Bhagavan is writing this in Kanchipuram, in front of Kanchi Kamakshi. Therefore, Soundaryalahari is Kanchi Kamakshi Shantri. Absolutely fine. But he also going to say Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi. So you can take, this is a knot. So the knot, you can play with this. But Vachyartham, Kanchi means gold. Kanchana means gold. So Dhamma means a rope. Kāñcīdāmā means a golden rope. A golden rope. This panat means like a jingle, like cling, 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 like that. The anklets that the girls wear, little bells like dancers wear, the jingles. So this jingle bells are wrapped in the golden ornament in the hip. It's called the mekala. Mekala is a straight golden wrap. If you have the jingle bells on it, little bells on it, it becomes a mani mekala. And with a lot of ornaments, it's called vadhyāna. Something about vadhyāna. It's basically a luminous girdle which you write on your hip, like a golden belt. And it is making noise. Why it makes noise? It means she is moving around. She is coming to us. Of course, Ambal always moves. Because if she is not moving, she becomes Shivam. Shivam is Achalam. Is it not? The Achalam is the Parabrahmam, Parashivam. From there, the Spandanam, the little spark, create a movement. The movement becomes Parashakti. Parashakti, therefore, is a dynamic force. She always moves. That's why our mind is called Parashakti. Mind always moves. Okay. So she's moving. That means she's coming. So in the belt he is wearing, it's a beautiful belt, adorned with a melodiously sounding tiny bells. That's Sukhanat. Then her upper body, kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā, kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā. So the young mother, she's coming, her her breast, her bosom is so beautiful, strong, rounded like the forehead of a young female elephant. Kari-kalabha, both are the same meaning, but here it means, kari means a young elephant, a female elephant. Her forehead, which is basically the upper part of this head, you can see there are two round blobs of the forehead, and her bosom, her breasts are like that, so beautifully curved and so heavy it is. And because of that, Nata, she is like a creeper, right? She's so slender, so beautiful she is. And because of the heavy bosom, she's slightly bent forward. See, you can imagine the poetic rasam in this one. Right. Then that structure of her upper body is supported by parikṣīṇā madhyē, in the middle. Parikṣīṇā, Shina means what? Shina means which is decaying, which is very faint. Pari means perimeter. English perimeter is pari. Pari means around, circumference. Parikṣīṇā means that all around, very thin, very small, very tender, slender. She's got. See, I say Kanchi, I wanted to say this also. If you take Kanchipuram, one of the reasons why Kanchi is one of the Mukti Kshetra. Kanchi is like Ayodhya, Dwaraka, Haridwar, Kashi, like that. 7 Mukti Sthala. In the southern India, only one is Kanchipuram. Why is it called the Mukti Sthalam? Mukti Sthalam means a place where people seeking liberation exist. People who are liberated exist. In other places, people of transactional nature exist, like you and I. Why this is so? Because the sannyasis who are renunciated the life, they're normally not supposed to stay put in one place. The reason is when they are in one place, they become attachment to the place. They may find somebody, they may have family, they grow like that. So they must be constantly moving. Parivrajaka. But when they come to Mukti Sthalam, because that place is full of liberation, renunciation is the name of the place, we can stay there. That's why in this kind of Mukti state where you go, you see a lot of sadhus there. Kanchipuram, Varanasi, Ayodhya, Dwaraka. So here, this slogan, Kanchipuram, is shown, Mukti Sthalam. Even though Amba's physical form, you may sometimes think, oh, it is Shringara Rasam, How can you describe a woman's breast in this poetry? This is mother. This is renunciated monk is doing this. So you see with that reverence to this. Okay? Right. What about her face? Pariṇata-śarac-candra-vadanā. Candra-vadanā. So this is see, normally the face is compared to the moon. Here it is said, the moon of the rainy season. What is so special about it? In the rainy season, there's a dark clouds. The dark clouds makes the moon luminance far brighter. And the drizzles come through. The moisture in the atmosphere create a glitter on this moon surface. So when you look at the moon, On a full moon day, it is enticing. It just heals you. You don't want to see sun, you look at it for 2 minutes, you want to take your face away. But this full moon, when you look at it, you just don't want the end, you just want to keep looking at it. So that kind of face, Ambal got. So what he got? kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā, like Ratna-Kingini, Karamya, Rajnādāma, Bhushida, now. Then Stanabhara, Dalammatya, Pattabandha, Malitriya, Stanabharam, a very heavy bosom in Lalita Sahasranam, also same here. Chaturbahu Samanvita, in 4 hands, Ambal had something. Here also we have karatalaiḥ. What is God? You remember Lalita Sahasranam? Raga-swarupa bhāṣācca, krodha karam jvala, raga-swarupa bhāṣācca. Ambal has got a noose in one hand. See Ambal's picture, if you take a Kamakshi or this Tripura Sundari picture, there will be 4 hands. I think I picture on this slide I put in there as well. In one hand, there is a sugar cane, and then there is a noose, a rope, and flowers in one hand. Then Ankusha, a god, is there. So what is this sugar cane? Sugar cane is our mind. See, Manmathan has got the flower bow. Manmathan also has, suppose sometimes says, sugar cane bow. But the Tatvarim is this: mind is the sugar cane, which Ambal called it. Why mind is the sugar cane? Sugar cane, if you look at it, it is not sweet. But when you are able to squeeze it, when you really entice it, when you really turn it around, then sweetness comes out. So same way, matana means churning. So man means my mind. Manmathan turns your mind to bring out the beautiful emotions, the love, the sukham, sweetness. Of course, that goes into kamam, so therefore you go in a kamya margam. That's fine, because when you have desire first on something, the desire gives you motivation to attain that. The motivation propels you to do something about it. The power comes out. The power comes in, you attain this, then you get realization. So therefore the kamya prarthana, the kamya sankalpam is not bad. If it is bad, why God gives you? But you need to apply it to the right thing. So desire is a good thing. So desire is, see, whenever you hear don't have desires in life, that means don't have asha pasam in life. I don't know the right word for the asha in English, but we use a desire generally. Asha always comes with pasam. Asha pasam. Asha means that which binds you. Pasha means a rope. So if you like something, I want to marry this person, I want to buy this house. So if I want to buy this house, then I need money. Then I have anxiety to make the money. I earn money, borrow money. I buy this house. After buying the house, I have to manage it, maintain it. Something or other, the problem comes in. Right? You can't help it. There's a price to pay. So attachment comes in. Oh, my wall has been dirty. Why? It's your wall. It's just a wall. But you say, my wall is dirty. My sofa is dirty. I need to clean it up. Attachment comes in. My. That means the desire to buy the house, the desire came with the rope to bind you with the house. The desire to marry comes with the rope to bind you with your spouse. So every desire binds you. Is it wrong? Nothing wrong as long as you accept it. The binding is samsara. What is the binding makes you? Makes you worry. What worry? Raga, dvesha, like and dislike. So desire, rise, like and dislike. So that if you like it and if you don't get it, you get angry, agony. You don't like it, you get angry. So raga, dvesham creates kama, krodha, lopa, moha, mada, macha. So your mind, which desires, causes raga, dvesham. Raga, dvesham create kama, krodha, lopa, moha, mada, macha. So I dwell in this, I get samsara. So the root cause is what? I get angry, I got a problem. I get jealous, I got this problem. Why you get angry, jealous? Because I liked it or I don't like it. Why you like it, you don't like it? Because I have a mind. So what is the root cause of it? The mind. But here Ambal says the mind is a sugar cane. It must be sweet. Yeah. If you turn it, if you squeeze it, if you remove all this dirt out of it. Otherwise, you have raga dvesham, that's a rope. So Ambal got a rope in her hand, pāśaṁ. So I have the rope. I can tie up, not you, tie up all your raga dvesha that binds you. The desire that binds you, I can bind the desire. It means I can make you desireless. What do you mean desireless? Well, desire that does not bind you. We can discuss this last time. You cannot be without desire. Nobody can be without desire. Ambal had desire, she created the world. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna got desire to help Arjuna. Bhagavad Pada desire, she wrote the Bhashya. So desire, Ichha Shakti. Ichha Shakti is desire. How can you say desire you should not have? Ichha you should have. But what kind of Ichha you should have? Asha you cannot have. Ichha you can have. Ichha is that desire which does not bind you. What desire cannot bind me? I want to build a temple for people to worship. I want to teach children. I want to donate it. I want to help you. I want to heal you. Oh, these are good desires. Go ahead, do it. But won't they bind me? It could bind you. How does it bind me? Because I did the temple. I taught them. I get punya. I do good things. My father taught me to do punya. Good. Because you think you did it, you get punya. Therefore, you'll be happy. Good. You'll be born again. It's a good janma. Good. You'll be born again. Not so good. If you keep on born again, oh, no, stop it. I don't want to do the same cycle. Well, it means you are bound. So even you do good things, you can be bound. The pāśaṁ is still with you, tying you down. Well, then what do I do? Well, you do anything that you need to do, anything that you ought to do. Don't do anything you should not do. But you do everything without the attachment of I. I do it. Because what can you do on your own? What can you create? The food that you buy, if somebody has tilled the land and made this wheat and barley, you buy it. The cash you pay, some employer paid you because you did some work for them. The food you eat, you don't digest. Some bacteria inside eat, you don't even know how it digests. What can you do? What do you own? Nothing you own. Nothing you have. So there is nothing to boast about. I do this. No. But be happy that you are able to be instrumental in executing Shakti's order. Dharma pracharaka we are. So that is a bhavana you need. So that means, what is Ambal? Ambal also got Ankusham. Ankusham, the pasam is tie up your desire. Ankusham is a goat which is kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madhyē. That comes like an elephant, Anger and jealous that you harbor in your heart can become a big elephant that you cannot manage. It will create blood pressure in you, heart attack in you, because it is uncontrollable. You have no outlet for that. You need an ankusham to control the elephant, control the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madhyē. Ambal had it in the hand. So Ambal is not showing abhayahastam, varahastam, but she is sitting there with 4 hands, sugarcane, flowers. Flowers again, what the flowers here? In Arjuna, in Manmada's case, flowers are the 5 senses. Here, the root of the 5 senses. They are tanmatras. Tanmatras are the sparisa, whatever, touch, hear, know, the fine new senses that you know. The core elements of every senses is the tanmatra. So what does Ambal signify like that? She says, if your mind is like a sugar cane, your ragadvesham can be tied with this rope. Kama, krodha, lobha, moham will be destroyed. The good desires will come because the tanmatras will give you. So that is what this means. So we can also see that in the, if that is the case, the form I worship. Now this one question that came also last class. So I this Shakti worship, but my Ishta Devata is Krishna. So how does it work? Should I give up that and do here? No. Whatever deity, whatever form you worship, that is Shakti. You worship Krishna, why? Because Krishna has got the Shakti. You worship Jesus, why? Jesus got the Shakti. Doesn't matter what God form name you have. You worship it because it has got the Shakti that you are seeking for. You are worshipping Shakti anyway. And Bhagavan says in Gita, yo yam yam dhanur-bāṇān shraddhāya architum iccati tasya achalam shraddham tāmeva vidadāmi yaham. Yo yam dhanur-bāṇān shraddhāya architum. In whatever form they worship, as long as they worship in bhakti and shraddha, tasya achalam. In that form only I come. Who says that? Bhagavan Krishna says. That means, if I am a Muruga Bhakta, you can't come and convert me to a Shakti Upasaka or Vishnu Upasaka. No. Krishna says, don't worry, because to him I'm going to go as Murugan. If somebody is worshipping Allah, Jesus, let him be a good Muslim, good Christian, because there's no point in converting. If your conversion happens, if somebody is converting, that means he was not a good bhakta of the Shraddha. So it does not matter. So all these religious factions are all unnecessary, because if you understand the tattvaryam of Sanatana Dharma, it's not bad. But here we come back to this. So the Shakti is worshipped. But if you look at the Upasana Margam, this mantra, this slogam has got a little bit more deeper meaning. So there, the bhavana is important, I told you, right? So how do they imagine this? Ambal is nothing but the Śri Chakram. Ambal is seen as the mantra rupam, Shodashi mantra rupam. Ambal is seen as the Vigraha rupam. Ambal is seen as the yantra rupam, Śri Chakram himself. So in every form, in our shape, the Śri Chakram itself becomes my body. So what they do for that, we are not going to go deeper, but just surface level. So when I worship this Ambal, it's a Sakta Vedantam it is. So the Ambal is in my body. My body is temple of God. So I am going to see this Ambal in me. See, it is all over me, but she is there somewhere. I need to make her arise. So the whole system, the ancestors have found out, this Sthula Sukshma Sariram has got enormous potential powers locked in so many places. These powers, when they express themselves, it reveals a quality in you. An expression comes out of it. That means we only use a percentage of your power anytime. So 99.9% is hidden. The hidden power is sleeping, they say. See, now you need a lot of imagination. All of Soundaryalahari must have bhavana. Without bhavana, you cannot appreciate it, understand it. So there is the bhavana that this Shakti is coiled like a little snake in the name of Kundalini at the root of your creation. Your root of a creation is the spinal cord end. You know, biologically also you can say the sperm's head comes out to the head, the whole tail becomes the spinal cord, the end of it is the propelling power which is there. It's a Kundalini Shakti. The spinal cord is, don't look physiologically, in assumption you take, there is a cavity in the center of the spinal cord. The cavity, the yogis call Sushumna Nadi. Nadi is a channel through which energy flows. So the end of the spinal cord, it's a power Kundalini is residing. That is the first understanding. Then along the spinal cord, the cavity goes up to the top of the head, where this pineal gland is there. Cerebral cortex, it goes there. It is physically proven, it is there. That's the cavity there. So they say in the cavity, sometimes a fluid also goes. That cavity is a passage for Kundalini to rise from the bottom of your spinal cord to the top. Now, imagine now the Kundalini Shakti is Parashakti. The Sakastatalam is where Shiva resides. Now, this is imagination, you have to help me there. So there is a distance between the Shivam and the Shakti. There's no real distance, but this is the Brahmai, this is the Mithyatva. Because the Shakti came out of the Shivam, the whole world created. Shakti is playing with the whole world. Jagan Mata, she is called. But she is also playing, she's politely, pregnantly, secretly praying to go back to the Shiva. That's why Shiva Shakti Aikyarupini is what her goal, to go back to reside. And then she may come down and play. She may go back, come down and play. That is her plan. But she knows, I will go back. This is like, a singer sings. The singing Shakti comes out and then it dominates the auditorium with the beautiful resonance. Everybody claps. What a wonderful singer. Then the singing goes inside. Right? The singing has no independent existence. It exists because of the singer. But singer has no value until he sings. Understand? So the singing Shakti, which has no direct existence by itself, that's called Nityattvam. The Mithya Shakti, the Maya Shakti, goes back to the Shiva. But in this body, therefore, if Shivam is here, Shakti is there, the whole Shakti is spreading all over. I am acting this world. But I forget the Shivam, forget the Shakti. I am just playing in this world. But I realize now, hey, Jagan Mata, you are there and you are doing penance to go back and reach your Parda, your Shiva. I want to help you. What are you going to do? I'm going to worship you. By the worship, I am making the offer, prayer I'm offering. You get so joyful and you've been awakened from a sleeping state. In a tamasic state, you become a rajasic state. You become a rakta varna. You get up. What do? You walk along this cavity of Sushumna Nadi. And this Nadi is built with the two other Nadis called Ida and Pingala. They go around like a wrap, like electromagnetic radiation. Electricity goes this way, magnetic goes this way. Electricity is electrons' movement. Electrons spin so fast. Any spinning object creates magnetism. So when the electricity moves, magnetism also moves perpendicularly. It's called a EM radiation. All your cell phone, everything goes from the EM radiation. So this Ida Pingala moves, so you will move along this. Well, where do I rest? Well, when you move along this, there are plexus, there are junction points where your power gravitates to all the places. There is a Mooladhara where you are sleeping. When you get up, there is a Swadhisthana, just a forefinger above your just between your anus and your rectum. It is there. So then you have Manipurakam, your navel, and your Anahadam at your heart, Vishuddha in your throat, and Ajna at your bow, the forehead, and Sahasrara in your. So these are the imaginary points. Yad bhavana tad bhavati. Whatever you imagine can come true. That's a different story. So there are these junction points, resting places. So I do the upasana by the niyamas. I pray to you. See, when Shankara says, come and stand in front of me in the prayer, what does he mean by that? Rise, O Kundalini. Rise it. So when you rise it, you rise with the holistic purpose of bringing Shiva Shakti Aikya. So she goes from Mooladharam to Swadhisthana to Manipurakam to Anakapam to like this. And every step she goes, she blossoms. Why she blossoms? Because she is going to see Shivam, the Parameshwaran, the Koti Surya Prakasham. This lotus just blossoms. Every time she blossoms, this whole thing happens in your embodiment. Your Sura Sukra Sariram becomes blossoming nature. You become so beautiful in all angles, so prosperous, so peaceful. Your transactional life goes beautifully. But you do everything without any motive. Because I want to learn a Kundalini Yoga, I want to get a Siddha, You can get that power, this power, I want to walk on the water. That's all dangerous. But you do it with the whole sankalpam of making your mother Parashakti to be with the father. You do this upasana. So she is happy. So this is the way they interpret this. I'm not going deeper into this. That's how it is. So that's the reason why Manipuraka darshanam, Kinkidi, the jingle bell that happens in the waist is shown here. So this dhyanam is Ambal has already come to the Manipurakam. Manipurakam is where there is a noise. That feeling happens. Inexplicable noise. There's another interpretation for all this. Ambal is Parashakti means Ambal is also doing all the creation, sustenance, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Samhara, Tirodhanam, Anugraham, all the she does. So every symbol, see, in a tantric way, each of those things in the hand taken as a mudra and all that. Tvartam is, we saw Lakshyartham. Each one gives you the mental peace and all that. The thing is, Ambal's power is shown. Like the Manipurakam, where this jingling bell is done. Sound is the creation of everything. Sound creates everything. So Nada Bindu. That means that is Srishti is shown. Her big bosom, which feeds all these children of the world, is Sthiti, Rakshanam. And the disappearing hip on the deeper parts become Layam, Tirodhan. And her beautiful face, moon-like face, is Anugraham. See? So all these 5 jobs that Amba does, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Tirodhan, Anugraham, is in her appearance. See, if you take it that way, this imagery that you see of a beautiful young mother, it becomes very prolific nature. And this Parameshwara is puramathiturāhōpuruṣikā. The aho means, we said, wonderful, right? Look at the Vedantic view. The aho shabdam is aham shabdam. So first what we saw, oh mother, come in front of me as a wonderful, awe-inspiring escort of Parameshwara, who is a Tripurantaka. Beautifully fitting the meaning. Now, like Kanchi Mahapariva said, the another interpretation for this is that the aho is aham. So puramatitu aham puruṣikā. Oh, mother, rise in front of me like the aham vritti of Parameshwara. I just take this 5 minutes, it's very important for you to understand. When we discussed the previous mantras, we talked about how Shakti comes out of the Shivam with a spandanam. You know, when you are in deep sleep, you don't know what you are doing, you don't mind nothing. Suddenly you get up. 3:45, you woke up. First 1 second, you don't know what's happening. You just woke up. Then suddenly you realize, oh, I got up. So what you got first is, I got up. The I come to a mind. It's called aham vritti. It's the first thing that happens. I is born. I am born. From the darkness of deep sleep, I am born. The moment I is there, immediately this is there, that is there, phone is there. It's called idam vritti. Idam means this, that. So the whole world exists. So what is the sequence? Complete slumber. Aham gets up. Idam gets up. So the idam vritti is Jaganmata. Aham is Shiva. When aham exists with idam, aham is called Ishvara, idam is called Shakti. Aham is the Atma, idam is the world. But when the deep sleep happens, world is gone. When I'm in deep sleep, world is gone. I don't know who I'm, a man or woman. I don't even know I'm an Indian or English. I don't know whether I'm having a diabetic or not. I have nothing. I have no disease, no relationship, no nationality, no nothing, no world. I also don't exist. There's no aham. There's no itam. What I am Parabrahma. Unfortunately, ignorant Parabrahma, that's a different story. See? So Brahma means there's no aham, there's no itam. It is Advaita Anupati. That is what we are trying to get. That's the reason why we want to sleep. Who doesn't want to go to sleep? Tell me anybody who doesn't want to go to sleep. A beggar wants to sleep, a millionaire wants to sleep. Sleep is one which doesn't bore you. You take medicine to go to sleep. Then why are we afraid to die? Death is asleep. See? So this is thought you need to take, because by sleep I give up my inhibitions, I give up my identity, I become one with the Brahma. Now here, I don't want to go there, but what I want to say here is, here if you take the Vedantic meaning that aham, you come as a Shiva's aham means there is no itam. What a beautiful position it is. That's why it's called a Brahma Muhurtam. In the morning when you get up, they call it Brahma Muhurtam. Why do they call it Brahma Muhurtam? Brahma is the creator. The creation time is Brahma Muhurtam. What is the creation time? You create the world for you. When you get up, itam, world created. That is the Brahma Muhurtam. Imagine a position that you created but there is no itam. Is it possible? Yes. Because you cannot differentiate anything other than you. Everything is you. So I created aham. Ahamasmi, ahamasmi, ahamasmi. Sarvam Brahmamayam. I am everything. Is it possible? Veda says it is. It is a simplistic possibility. This is a natural thing. It's not happening. It is always there, but we have covered it up. So here he says, please, Amma, come to me as Aho. Puruṣikā. You come to me as Aho. When you give. So you see where Bhagavan is taking you? He's asking him, he does all the beautiful varnana of her face and the breast and the hip and everything to give you the Saguna Upasana. And the Upasakas taken, they started doing the chakras. They do all the yogic marga, tantric marga. And then here he says, hey, come as Ahabhritya of Shiva. Aham padarthaya Shivaya Paramatmane. Come as that one. That means you give me that Atma-jnanam. So therefore I can also become a Tripurantaka. What is my Tripuram? Bhuvaswaha is the Tripurams for the Parameshwara. For me, this Jagrata Swapna Sushupti, the waking state, dream state. You see, life is Anubhavadhara. Life is a chain of experiences. One experience, another experience, another experience, another experience. If you chain, that's your life. If the chain breaks, life is gone. So if you want a good life, every chain has to be good. So if you want a good experience, therefore, your mind has to be good, your community has to be good. So I have three experiences in my life. Jagrata state, you and I right now talking, listening. Then I go to sleep, there's a dream, the deep sleep state. So I want this three state to be good for me. So I do a lot of good things to get these three things. At some stage, I realize why I am struggling to do this. Because after all, I am an actor in this transactional world. I'm an actor. In the dream state, I am an actor. Deep sleep, I'm an actor. But where am I existing? I am existing beyond all these three. I am not the waker, I am not the dreamer, I am not a deep sleeper. I am the ever-standing witness behind all these three. So, am I a Tripurandaka? Of course you are. Am I Parameshwara? Of course I am. How do I know it? Well, you don't know it because of Ambal has put the blanket on you. Go to her. Pray to her. Mother, take me the blanket away. Make me realize who I am. For this realization, can you please come? Not which is idam, this form, that Shakti, this Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. All that thing is fine. But I want you to come as Aham. That means you undivided Parameshwaram, Parabrahma, Paramatma. That means you give me Atma Darshan. Brahmatma Vedam nahi hai. That is this. kvaṇatkāñcīdāmā kari-kalabhakumbhastananatā parikṣīṇā madhyē pariṇata-śarac-candra-vadanā dhanur-bāṇān-pāśaṁ णिmapi dadhānā karatalaiḥ purastādāstāṁ puramathituṛāhōpuruṣikā. Om asadoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Tatsat.